back to another Miller Motor Cars Bentley Greenwich video. My name is Nick Sheffa, Miller Motor Cars Bentley Greenwich sales specialist, and today we have a very special guest with us, the all-new 2025 Bentley Continental GT. Let's go on and take a look at it. So I've been waiting since June 25th of 2024 to finally lay eyes on the 2025 Continental, and it is finally here. I have it parked next to our 2024 Continental just so we can compare some differences. And right away, off the bat, you may notice the color. That's a brand new color for the Continental called Tourmaline Green, which was the launch color for this vehicle, and it's so different. Now, it may look pretty similar, but in fact, 63% of the car has been changed. You might notice the first thing are going to be the headlights. This is the first time Bentley has a single headlight design since 1952, and they did a magnificent job kind of having that horizontal strip going throughout. To me, has a little bit of similarities to the Bentley Bacalar, which, in case you're not aware, is a $2 million car, and this is a lot less, so great value here. I think the headlight looks magnificent. The upper and lower grills have been redesigned. This is finished in the dark tint because it is the Speed. That is standard with the Speed versions. And of course, we can option for the high gloss black. Yes, this car is a hybrid. Now, it is still important to discuss what's under the hood. This is a 4-liter V8 motor. However, it's paired with our electric motors. This is going to be producing 771 horsepower with 738 foot-pounds of torque. Now, this is Bentley's most powerful car yet. Before this was the Super Sports, now it is the all-new Continental, and this car is a showstopper, and it is so powerful. Now, what I will say about the handling and the suspension is that we have a brand new twin-valve air suspension on the vehicle, and now we also have an active all-wheel steering to make that car that much more easier to maneuver. Now, we do have a battery in the back of the car. Obviously, with batteries, we have weight, but with all those additions, the car doesn't even feel like it had any of that additional weight. So Bentley also came up with a brand new wheel for the Continental, which we're always excited to have. This is a 22-inch, 10-spoke swept wheel. Now, it is sort of supposed to be based off of an animal's claw, and they look stunning. This is a two-tone here, painted silver and the dark gray with the upright Bs, which are always nice. That is not new to the 25, but just a cool feature. On the appearance package of the car, we have a front splitter, rear rocker, and a diffuser that gives the car that more aggressive look. Whereas in the 24, we could have optioned for a styling specification. So that looks really sharp. As we make our way to the rear of the vehicle, it looks so different, right? So now, what Bentley did here, you're gonna notice right away, are these taillights. Now, when they turn on, they're supposed to mimic sort of lava, and they look stunning. The elliptical shape is so much more refined and still resembles the 2024 and the elliptical shape. Now, when you take a look at the boot, that spoiler is no longer there. It's now just built inside the trunk for the aerodynamics, which gives it a very clean look without having any lines throughout that. Finally, in the cabin of the 2025 Bentley Continental GT. The interior colors on this car are gravity gray over mandarin with speed split. Now, the main hide, which is less of the color, is the mandarin. And then the secondary hide is the gravity gray. Gravity gray has replaced porpoise. It's not a color that we often do inside, but I think it really works with this combination that Bentley put together for us. On the seats, they did a completely new stitching pattern. And you can see here they did a really good job while close to our previous pattern design. And you can see the nice stitching inside the door, that three-dimensional leather, which was originated off of the Speed 6, then went into our Flying Spur, and now into our 4th generation Continental. What you don't see are the wellness seating. So the wellness seats are what was standard in the EWB Azure, which was a brand new option that came out in 2024. Now they added that in this new Continental. I have not driven the car yet, and I have not used this option, but from everything that I read, it is the option that you must add to the new car. I'm excited to try it out. What it is it has sensors inside the seat, and what it does is it changes temperature, it changes the postural adjustments while you're driving, so you are never fatigued behind the road, so you can continue to drive long in this Grand Touring car. Let's give it a go. I'm gonna put on my seatbelt. It's so eerie. It is so eerie on how quiet this car is. Obviously, being a Continental, it is the sports car. It is the car that you want to hear the exhaust, and I think that's where you have a lot of people hesitant on getting something that's electric or hybrid because of that engine noise that you wouldn't hear, right? But I think when it comes to Bentley, it's about having that quiet cabin experience, and you still really get that, obviously even more so with having a hybrid of that quiet cabin interior. Now keep in mind, this is the most powerful Bentley created to date. Before this, it was the Super Sports, but now this car does have 771 horsepower with 738 foot-pounds of torque. 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds. Now the electric battery is a range of 50 miles. You can drive up to 87 miles per hour on completely just the battery. Now this car will charge itself up to 80% of charge. Now if you would like the additional 20%, you'd have to plug it in at home. It roughly takes a couple hours from completely 0 to 100%. But while driving, we can charge the car up to that 80%. Now it does not matter if we're 50, 60, 70, 80, it's still gonna be the same amount of power that's gonna be going throughout the car under full load, which is what we care about, having the most power at all times, and we're not sacrificing anything. I think the big thing when it comes to having the hybrid is having that other port to plug in, right? We don't wanna plug in, we don't wanna do that, we don't wanna be bothered. And Bentley did a really good job on not allowing us to be bothered with that. We don't need to be bothered with plugging in the vehicle. It works off of regen. It has the charging mode here. So as we're driving on the highway or locally, we can still charge the car. And I think that's kind of the best of both worlds. With the new technology here in the Continental, it's finally wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and wireless charging. I noticed when I lifted up the armrest over here, you have a nice little port here to charge your phone, and you do finally have USB-Cs. So we're no longer stuck in the Stone Age with regular USBs, which is nice. I'm gonna switch it into sport. You could just hear that exhaust. I mean, you really hear that exhaust. It almost sounds like I just started the car up. It almost sounds like a cold start. Wow, this car is mighty and a worthy successor to carry the Speed badge. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in to once again another Miller Motor Cars Bentley Greenwich video. My name is Nick Shepa, Miller Motor Cars Bentley Greenwich Sales Specialist, and I hope you enjoyed the 2025 GT Speed. If you have any questions on this vehicle or any other vehicle incoming or in our inventory, please give us a call or visit us in person. Now I'm going to drive this car some more and really get to enjoy it. Take care and see you next time.